So next is regarding ANI's defamation suit against Wikipedia. तो ANI is described, तो major यहाँ issue ये है कि ANI is described on Wikipedia as accused of having served as propaganda tool for the incumbent central government, distributing materials from a vast network of fake news websites and जो misreporting events on multiple occasions. तो majorly when we talk about the मीडिया कि कैसे जो फंडिंग होती है, हाउ इज इट डन, क्या क्या मेजर बायसेस यहाँ क्रिएट होते हैं, तो ऑल दीज आर इश्यूज दैट आर रिलेटेड टू द मीडिया चैनल्स. एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट देयर क्रिटिसिज्म, तो क्या वो एक्चुअल में इज इट करेक्ट, इज इट एक्चुअली इफेक्टिव, तो दीज आर ऑल द मेजर एरियाज दैट वी कैन थिंक ऑफ हियर कि क्या उनका रोल होता है, क्या इम्पोर्टेंस होता है, कैसे हम आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं about the information. So why has this agency, Asian News International, filed a lawsuit against the Wikimedia Foundation? And what has the Delhi High Court asked the foundation to reveal? These are the major points, sir. So again, details, matlab major here, we can just look at these charts.
Also,
Number of Wikipedia
in this
users, most.
that maximum users are from USA, so it is also believed that there would be certain type of bias in terms of the information that is available on such platforms. Then there are concerns that it might be related to running pro-India fake news network, which is aimed at influencing different European think tanks against Pakistan. So even such types of acts can be promoted if the platform or the manner of sharing the information remains less regulated or remains unregulated, or when we are saying that they are self-regulatory in nature. So as a propaganda tool for the incumbent central government. So it can impact again different, we can say, democratic activities in terms of, for example, it can impact the fairness of the election exercise. So of late we have seen also how social media has become a concern to carry out free and fair elections in India. Okay, we can move to the next topic.
So ovarian cancers, so what are the major symptoms, क्या क्या causes होते हैं majorly इनके, and what are the relations with other aspects जैसे कि hormone replacement therapy, menopause, genetic counseling, lifestyle factors. तो symptoms की बात करते हैं तो bloating, pelvic और abdominal pain, loss of appetite, feeling full quickly and urgent or frequent need to urinate. These are all the major symptoms of ovarian cancer. Further, जो mutations होते हैं, they have a significantly higher risk of developing ovarian cancers. Further, endometriosis, a condition है where the uterine-like tissue, it grows outside the uterus and has been linked to an increased risk of certain types of ovarian cancers. तो जो lifestyle factors है जैसे कि use of talcum powder in the genital area, कि कैसे that can be a cause. फिर further chemical hair products जब हम use करते हैं, और possible link between the prolonged use of hair dyes. So these are all the major relations with causes of ovarian cancer. और जब हम hormone replacement therapy की बात करते हैं, तो मेजरली जो menopausal symptoms होते हैं उनको replace करने के लिए it is used. So even that can cause high risk of ovarian cancer. फिर family history genetic जो होता है that can affect.
And also
So
there are
ovarian cancer awareness.
awareness month is also being done to better understand and know the lesser known facts. Then there are two types of it, type 1 and type 2. So type 1 tumors, they are less common. They're typically diagnosed at early stage, and type 2 tumors, they are more common. The more aggressive, when usually they're diagnosed at advanced stage and responsible for most of the deaths due to ovarian cancer. And apart from this, the treatment for them is again advanced ovarian cancer, like there are surgeries available, optimal surgery or platinum-based chemotherapy. And then we have the CA 1 to 5 blood test also particularly for this. The concerns is that the test might lead to again, it is like screening symptomatic women, they can lead to false positives also, and unnecessary further testing and anxiety and potentially over treatment can be done because of that. So mutations are BRCA1 or BRCA2 genes.
Next, again, with the ancestors' help, weak cancer cells can form tough tumors. तो जो ड्रग रेजिस्टेंस है उसको अंडरस्टैंड करना बाय सेपरेटिंग द कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग सेल्स फ्रॉम लार्जर पॉपुलेशन. के researchers have shown that even in absence of a drug resistant mutant cells undergo large changes in growth rate. तो ये environment के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है in which the cells have existed. तो cutting here, why doesn't it hurt? So here is made of dead epithelial cells strengthened by a protein called keratin. Further, the epidermis, the upper layer of skin, descends into the dermis, the inner layer. So hair follicles, they have a group of epithelial cells that form a bulb. So majorly cells die and become horny with the addition of keratin. इसलिए they don't pain. And hair normally grows about 18 centimeter in a year.
So root is the only living part of the cell. Oh, sorry, hair.
Yeah.
Only living part is the root.
इसीलिए when we pull, तो उस time it hurts
Right.
and not while cutting. So again, this is regarding the digital public infrastructure, checks and balances to protect public interest without hampering innovation. So India positioned digital public infrastructure as a technology-enabled instrument for inclusive and sustainable development. तो फाउंडेशनल डीपीआईस कौन कौन से हैं? ज्यादा जो पब्लिक प्राइवेट सर्विस डिलीवरी के बड़े गोल्स को जो एड्रेस कर सके, आधार, यूपीआई, डेटा एम्पावरमेंट एंड प्रोटेक्शन आर्किटेक्चर, जो न्यू टर्म डेपा. जैसे कोविन प्लेटफॉर्म की भी हम बात करते हैं, तो ये इंटीग्रेशन है of all the areas, जैसे credit, e-commerce, education, health, law and justice, logistics, MSME, service delivery and urban governance. So platform centric markets, they can be created for the public private partnership. तो DPIs जो है, segregating the key aspects of DPIs into those that are best governed through statutory or contractual frameworks and those governed through soft law. तो इनकी जो implementation है, even that can be discussed about.
So here we are seeing, for example, the DPI, it can be a winner take all approach. So here we can say that, you can please scroll down. जहाँ पे थे वहीं पे लेके जाओ. So for example, UPI has created in a way a virtual duopoly system in the market, but uh, as we say that here, when I just mentioned that winners take all thing can happen when we're talking about the DPI, because we have the first mover advantage, and in this we can say that oligopoly and monopoly, if even if they are created, but if they are functioning in an accountable and transparent and ethical manner, in a fair and unbiased manner, then there would be no problem with this, as we are seeing even in the case of the rise of the UPI payments. But here the concern is that the platforms which offer you UPI services, that needs to be diversified.
नेक्स्ट रिगार्डिंग द रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर, और क्या दिल्ली का क्या स्टांस होना चाहिए? तो देयर अपीयर्स टू बी न्यू मोमेंटम फॉर पीस मेकिंग इन यूक्रेन. Delhi needs to stay close to efforts. Any rearrangement of the global order to term will have a great impact on India's international relations. So Russia and Ukraine, they both know that the keys to peace lies with US, which will elect a new president in a few weeks. So they have high stakes in outcome of the election. If Putin is accused once again of meddling in the US elections, Zelensky is on a fresh offensive to ensure that Ukraine's case will continue to get favorable hearing after the elections. तो again कैसे यहाँ पे जो political leader है of a country that majorly decides the relations with other countries when we talk about the powers majorly. जैसे India, Ukraine, maybe there have been really close ties with the recent visit.
So for Delhi,
So he will.
hmm, he'll be addressing UNGA, okay, but when we're talking about related to India and the changing of the global order, so for us, what is the ideal situation here is the restoration of peace in Europe and a new compact between Russia and the West, which is the most preferred outcome because it makes us easier to accelerate our economic growth and pursue the goal of a secure Asia. And following again the rules-based international order as far as possible in an again a democratic manner. So it will be determining again the trajectory of India's export growth as well. And when we're talking about the imported inflation, so because of again restoration of peace, the global prices can also come down. For example, as we are seeing right now, also crude oil prices are also coming down, but that is because of the decision by the cartel to increase the output. So more certainty would provide again more stability.
So Manjari, apart from the fact that US is the richest and most powerful country, तो उसके अलावा क्यों यहाँ पे mentioned है कि keys to peace lies with the US? क्या और reasons है?
Because we are seeing that in a way, US has been supporting Ukraine here, like a proxy player. कि USA is supplying, for example, military equipments, military and defense equipments to Ukraine, is providing funding to Ukraine. So that is why if US actually wants to restore peace, then only we can come to the conclusion. Otherwise, how can we stop this war if USA does not want to stop it?
Next, interim bail for MP Rashid. What is NIA's terror against him? So again, this is regarding the Lok Sabha MP Sheikh Abdul Rashid, popularly known as Engineer Rashid, to campaign for the assembly election in Jammu and Kashmir. So lodged in Tihar jail in case of alleged terror funding since 2019. So terror cases here. Accusations क्या क्या हैं again? Email. The NIA referred to an email sent by the Khwaja Manzoor Ahmad Chishti to Yasin Malik. These are all the major names that are mentioned. फिर Facebook post. Umar Abdullah. तो मानसी, as it is mentioned कि लोकसभा MP शेख अब्दुल रशीद तो क्या जो ये मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट्स है, जैसे नाउ ही इज एलिजिड टेररिस्ट, तो फिर जो बैकग्राउंड जो हम हिस्ट्री चेक करते हैं रिगार्डिंग द बीट रिगार्डिंग क्रिमिनल केसेस, या फिर इवन व्हेन दे आर इलेक्टेड, उस टाइम पे आर सच मेजर्स नॉट टेकन, प्रोविजन या फिर प्रॉपर चेकिंग नहीं होती
Hmm.
about the history,
It's-
backgrounds
hmm.
and contacts of the individual.
So there are two things in this particular topic. One is that right now there are just allegations against him. So that is why that is also one of the reasons why he's been allowed to campaign for the assembly elections. And secondly, the another aspect which you are asking about is when we're talking about criminalization of politics. So in that case, there are again proper guidelines that you have to publish the information even in the newspaper or even on the for example the website of the that particular political party. So however, we are seeing again this is not a mandatory aspect, so certain loopholes are still there uh, which are still we are seeing that there is criminalization of politics happening. And apart from this, when we are talking about NIA, so the National Investigation Agency is India's premier counterterrorism law enforcement agency, and this was established under the Statutory Act of NIA 2008 after the 26/11 Mumbai terrorist attacks in 2008. So jurisdiction is it has the power to investigate and prosecute the offences under its jurisdiction without requiring any special permission from the state governments, unlike the case of CBI. And the jurisdiction extends across all Indian states and union territories. So mandate under different acts is under the UAPA Act, Atomic Energy Act, Anti-Hijacking Act, then Weapons of Mass Destruction and their Delivery Systems Act 2005, and other offenses which are related to counterfeit currency, cyber terrorism, organized crime, and human trafficking. So all these things are under its jurisdiction. So there are special NIA courts also for speedy trial and prosecution of the cases. So these are to be set up in consultation with the respective high courts. And it is headed by the Director General, who is an IPS officer. So current DG is Dinkar Gupta as of 2024. So there was an Amendment Act in 2019, NIA Amendment Act 2019. It expanded the powers of NIA to investigate the cases related to cyber terrorism, human trafficking, and offenses under the Explosive Substances Act. So even the crimes which are committed outside India against the Indian citizens or which are affecting the security of India, this is also now allowed under the NIA's jurisdiction internationally. So they also issue the most wanted list also of the people involved in terrorism and other crimes who are fugitives who are accused of heinous crimes. And then it is also important that it is functioning in proper collaboration and coordination with other agencies like Intelligence Bureau, Research and Analysis Wing, Enforcement Directorate, and CBI and Interpol to further strengthen the efforts to counter the terrorism efforts.
Grave threat from AMR, to gain antimicrobial resistance. So, which caused when microbes evolve into drug-resistant superbugs in response to the misuse or overuse of antibiotics, is a growing problem in India. तो मेजरली जब हम टीबी के केसेस में देखते हैं तो उसमें also we have seen this development of antimicrobial resistance. The most common pathogens, Acinetobacter baumannii, फिर एस्टेरिचिया कोलाई, ई कोलाई जो हम बोलते हैं, तो मे कॉज डायरिया, यूटीआई, यूटेरिन ट्रैक्ट इन्फेक्शन, फिर यूरिनरी ट्रैक्ट इन्फेक्शन, फिर निमोनिया एंड सेप्सिस. तो इट कैन cause pneumonia, infections of the blood, urinary tract, and on wounds.
So firstly, when we talk about what are the challenges which leads to antimicrobial resistances, overuse and misuse of antibiotics because of their easily availability and the affordable cost because of the generic nature. Second is the poor infection control. Third is inadequate sanitation and insufficient regulations. So what measures India has taken in order to combat these challenges? We have the National Action Plan on Antimicrobial Resistance 2017 to 2021. So this was aligned with the Global Action Plan on, again, antimicrobial resistance by the World Health Organization. So it had 6 strategic priorities under it, which includes improving awareness, strengthening surveillance, reducing infection rates, optimizing antimicrobial use, promoting research, and strengthening governance. And we also had the campaigns on similar lines, World Antibiotic Awareness Week, which was there in India. And then we have the AMR surveillance network also. This is run by or established by the Indian Council of Medical Research, AMR surveillance network. So under this, we will be monitoring how the trends have been changing in different regions of the country. And so here the role of, again, hospitals, laboratories, and research centers is important in terms of formulating evidence-based policies and the guidelines. So there are like, for example, the common antibiotics such as the ciprofloxacin. These are again in the pathogens like E. coli. So the data guides the development of targeted interventions, how we can better intervene. Then we have the National Center for Disease Control. So they have again developed treatment guidelines also for the healthcare professionals to optimize the antimicrobial use of the medicines which are there. So, for example, the guidelines promotes the use of narrow spectrum antibiotics and discourage the use of broad spectrum antibiotics for conditions where they are not necessary, such as the viral infections. So these are the two keywords. And then again, this is also one of the concerns even in the livestock and the poultry industry. So there we have the role of Food Safety and Standards Authority of India's regulation. The role becomes important. So they have prohibited the use of clostridium as the growth promoter in animal feed. And this should be used as a last resort antibiotic for even the humans. And apart from this, we have the strengthening infection prevention and control in the healthcare facilities. So here, NCDC has developed the IPC guidelines. For example, we have the Kaya Kalp initiative by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So this is incentivizing the public health facilities to maintain high standards of cleanliness, hygiene, and infection control. Then we have awareness campaign. So the role of NGOs is important. And for example, we have the Red Line campaign by Ministry of Health. So this marks, if you again buy a medicine, so you might have seen red line on its backside. So this marks that prescription only antibiotics with a red line on their packaging to discourage the over-the-counter sales or self-medication. So you should again only go with the medicines which are prescribed to you by a doctor. The role of AIMS is important. So they have also like implemented robust antibiotic stewardship programs.
Next, everything about Polaris Dawn mission, which will attempt its first private spacewalk. तो ये 5-day मिशन है known as Polaris Dawn. तो Polaris प्रोग्राम के अंडर ये आता है जो कि jointly executed by Isaac Mann and Elon Musk's SpaceX. तो ये spacewalk है क्या? तो it is extravehicular activity. EVA is a period of activity spent outside a spacecraft by an astronaut in space. तो अभी currently जो spacewalks है, they are usually done outside the International Space Station and can be between 5 and 8 hours. क्यों करी जाती है? Mainly science experiments के लिए. तो observe how the space environment impacts different things, new equipment, repair satellites or their spacecraft during the walk. तो इसीलिए ये important है. तो अदर वे क्या है, इज टू वेयर सेफर, दैट इज सिंप्लीफाइड एड फॉर ईवीए रेस्क्यू। तो ये बैकपैक की तरह पुट ऑन करते हैं, सेफर। फर्दर मेजर एम क्या है इस मिशन की, तो टू कंडक्ट रिसर्च विद द एम ऑफ बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, कैसे स्पेस फ्लाइट वर्क करती है, स्पेस रेडिएशन क्या इम्पैक्ट करती है इन ह्यूमंस हेल्थ। तो दीज आर ऑल द मेजर पॉइंट्स हियर। Next, bigger disclosure blow to fintechs, credit card firms. So again, cross-border payments under scrutiny to curb money laundering. So this I have already covered. Regarding Financial Action Task Force, क्या इनका important role आ जाता है? CFO of the year, Srinivasan Vaidyanathan. The music philosophy and balance sheet.
So
So
he
knows how to unwind.
We can just say that he is the chief financial officer of the HDFC Bank. He's a relaxed man. So he's shared what are the ways how to handle pressure under work. So he has stated like whenever he's like in a gym or in treadmill, so he's listening to different songs like after like shlokas, after 30 minutes of these shlokas while on treadmill. He's a relaxed man. So music is a therapy also. It plays important role in terms of reducing the pressure. So, for example, on the weekends, he listens to the philosophical discourses or childhood pastime also. So, hobbies, practicing your hobbies. So, work life balance is very, very important, whether like you are in any big leadership role also.
Good example. Next, Lockheed Tata to make C-130Js in India. तो लॉकहीड मार्टिन तो यूएस बेस्ड कंपनी है ये, हाँ यूएस डिफेंस मेजर। टाटा एडवांस सिस्टम ऑन ट्यूजडे अनाउंस अग्रीमेंट टू एक्सपैंड देयर पार्टनरशिप थ्रू द C-130J सुपर हर्क्यूलिस टैक्टिकल एयरलिफ्टर प्रोजेक्ट। तो डिफेंस मेंटेनेंस, रिपेयर एंड ओवरहॉल स्पेस इन इंडिया। तो मीडियम ट्रांसपोर्ट एयरक्राफ्ट प्रोग्राम। Overall defense size को it will enhance. Further, IGST allocations to some states excessive needs fixing. तो अगेन यहाँ पे जो स्क्यू देखने को मिलता है या फिर जो डिफरेंसेस या रीजनल इम्बैलेंसेस होते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ जीएसटी और आईजीएसटी एलोकेशन, तो नेगेटिव बैलेंस जो है इन द इंटीग्रेटेड गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज टैक्स, तो इट मे बी ड्यू टू द higher than required transfers to some states due to discrepancies in the settlement project.
So this is because of due to timing mismatches in the collection and distribution of the taxes and the excessive allocation to certain states. So IGST is collected on the interstate traded goods. So whenever like if you're transporting anything from one state to another, then IGST is imposed, and when it is only within a particular state, then it is SGST, the state GST. So this is also one
तो
of the
मानती
things which is
इसमें excessive allocation कैसे हो गया? I didn't understand.
Because of timing mismatch, now when you are assessing the things and when you are collecting the funds and the revenue, so it might be possible कि जो trend है, जो पहले का trend है, it is not important कि that is continuing, that is going to stay the same in the upcoming months and the time period, and also in terms of assessing the numbers also, because there is certain time lag when you get the actual numbers. So merely on the basis of again certain predictions or extrapolation of data, in that case also it might lead to excessive allocation. And also in terms of how much revenue will be collecting, so even that is not certain thing.
तो इसमें reimbursement का process नहीं आ सकता?
नहीं वो अभी
Later
टाइम
on they
अभी
can.
देर इज हाँ कोई ऐसा प्रोसेस है नहीं, ऐसे लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे कमिटी हैज बीन फॉर्म्ड रिगार्डिंग द सेम थिंग which will be studying the IGST mechanism, how it is actually functioning, what changes can be done, and assess how this excess transfers they can be recovered back from the states.
Next, SpaceX launches Polaris. Okay, this also we have covered. Polaris Dawn with a civilian crew. Telcos purpose public Wi-Fi schemes closer. So Prime Minister Wi-Fi Access Network Interface, PM Vani program. So again, creating such an interface, Wi-Fi access network, PM Vani program, and the concept of public Wi-Fi in general is no longer relevant in the country, given the spread of affordable 4G and 5G services. So telecom operators have told the TRAI.
So we are seeing that this scheme has not been effectively implemented. There are very less users, and then there are security concerns also related to the public Wi-Fi hotspots which are there. But at the same time, we cannot say that if there is affordable 4G and 5G services, so we should stop this public Wi-Fi services because it might
Hmm.
be impacting specifically the economically weaker sections. If they are able to save even 100 or 200 rupees, so that is going to make a huge difference in their lives as well.
So here we can talk about localized intervention कि कैसे rural areas में या जहाँ पर there is actually need इतना ज़्यादा setup नहीं हुआ है तो there we can talk about
And
setting
also
up this.
the challenges कि PM वानी में जो है it is having high cost of connectivity.
Hmm. The Cellular Operators Association of India, Public Data Offices, PDOs, Internet Service Providers, ISPs. So PM Vani. Next, semiconductors future is now in Bharat. So again, 6 precious decades. So US $18 billion plus in 18 months. So India is starting towards becoming a global semiconductor hub. So here also we must ensure that the semiconductor hubs, even they are not regionally localized to majorly beat Gujarat, Assam or Madhya Pradesh. They must be spread to other states as well. That there is no skew in the distribution. Workforce Development Pavilion, top leadership of global semiconductor giants. Collaboration we had already discussed regarding the Tata in Taiwan and also regarding US Micron. Larsen and Toubro Semiconductors. यही है ना मानसी जी LNT Larsen and Toubro. हाँ.
Hmm.
Semiconductor IBM collaborate to design processors. So L&T Semiconductor Technologies on Tuesday they announced the research and development collaboration with the IBM. Mansi, if you could tell what is the full form of IBM.
IBM देखना पड़ेगा exact full form क्या है.
To, to design advanced processors. So again, this is regarding the partnership project between two major companies. जिससे कि जो it will enable reliable, secure and scalable computing for a wide range of applications. And as we discussed कि semiconductors में design में majorly design में जैसे हम DLI की बात करते हैं तो there it is an important part
So I
because it requires precision to skilling.
hmm. जैसे कल हमने OSAT सर्विसेज की और प्लांट्स इन्वेस्टमेंट्स की काफी बात करी थी तो दिस इज पर्टिकुलरली फॉर डिजाइनिंग एंड IBM अगेन MNC है US MNC so it is International Business Machines Corporation. This is the full form.
So this also is regarding the Anusandhan National Research Foundation. India's march towards deep tech. तो डीप टेक्नोलॉजी की जब हम बात करते हैं तो स्टार्टअप्स कंटिन्यू टू नेविगेट अ कॉम्प्लेक्स रेगुलेटरी लैंडस्केप besides trying to attract and retain top tier talent. So again, as India embraces the deep tech revolution, next wave of technological breakthroughs will come from the labs and startups in this space. तो जब हम बात करते हैं डेटा सेंटर्स के क्रिएशन की, बेटर लेबोरेटरीज की और स्टार्टअप्स की, So here again, industrialization, that is important. Major incentive subsidies that the government provides. Further, skilling जो है and education level में भी जो integration है, जैसे कि even with ANRF कि कैसे जो industrial application है that can be linked with the educational institution themselves. So in all these areas, it can help. Emerging technology जैसे कि machine learning, AI, robotics, biotechnology. Even in defense system, it can help. Voice biometric solutions और कस्टमर सर्विस और फ्रॉड डिटेक्शन. तो क्रॉस बॉर्डर पेमेंट्स की भी जब हम बात कर रहे हैं तो बेटर ट्रैकिंग कैन बी डन टू प्रिवेंट द मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग, टेरर फाइनेंसिंग, इवन ड्रग ट्रैफिकिंग फॉर दैट मैटर. So all these areas that interrelated.
Just as Skyroot Aerospace Vision, they have again focusing upon, they've launched the first rocket. This is the first Indian private company to do so. The National Mission on Quantum Technology is there, and applications budget of rupees 8,000 crores. So it will elevate India's capabilities in the quantum computing. When we have the draft national deep tech startup policy also, so we can promote more of innovation, more of research and development also. And as we talk about the IPR ecosystem in India, intellectual property rights. So all of that.
Next 3 years on, few takers for nano urea. तो नैनो यूरिया की जब हम बात करते हैं तो अगेन इट इज मेजरली टू प्रमोट एफिशिएंसी, या फिर जब हम बात करते हैं बैलेंस्ड फर्टिलाइजर की कि जितना इट इज रिक्वायर्ड, जितना फर्टिलाइजर रिक्वायर्ड बट द क्वांटिटी. फिर इसके रिगार्डिंग ही हम सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड की भी बात करते हैं टू डिटेक्ट कि एग्जैक्टली विच न्यूट्रिएंट इज रिक्वायर्ड. So currently we are operating much below our installed capacity as far as nano urea is concerned. So in case of urea, farmers pay a fixed price of rupees 242 per bag against the cost of production, that is of rupees 2,650.
So farmers would start using nano fertilizers if they see a sharp increase in the efficiency in its usage, which is currently yet to be established. So here the awareness generation amongst the farmers is important on the part of, again, we can say IFCO and even different farmer producers organizations and even digital platforms. So we can say that the benefit of using nano urea is that it reduces the pace with which urea is released in the soil, so that again the contamination does not happen and there is no excessive presence of urea, which leads to again the soil pollution, water pollution, and even air pollution also. So reduces the productivity actually. So farmers, they should be made aware about that if they use it, what can be the benefits in terms of their income might increase, the productivity on the field would be going up, and the soil fertility can also increase. So there are several benefits of using the nano urea.
Thank you everyone for joining. We will continue with the next session.